Yes, hello viewers, you're most welcome. Once again, this is Coach SGT Africa bringing to you a very amazing training. And in today's training, shall be diving into a serious topic called duplication. And the heading is self-duplication for success. Self-duplication for success. Now, what is duplication? So you find that in our kind of business, surely you need to understand duplication, because you'll have to accept that if you will not duplicate yourself, you will not achieve massive success in our kind of industry. Now, when I talk about duplication, here I mean training your team to copy and execute the proven methods of getting things done. That is duplication. Training your team to copy and execute the proven methods of getting things done. That is duplication. Now, in other words, you can also call it self-propagation, maybe. Self-propagation means you will not be you need to be everywhere. Yeah, self-propagation. If at all I'm here today, then tomorrow I will not need to be here. If at all my team is in another country B, what they are doing should be the same thing that like what I'm doing where I am. So that's why I call it what? Self-propagation. So now, you have to accept the fact that you will not be omnipresent. What does it mean? It means you have to accept that you won't be everywhere. If you'll be everywhere, if you're sure you'll be everywhere, then don't practice duplication. If you're sure you can be in Uganda, you be in Nigeria, you be in Congo, you be in Namibia at the same time, then don't practice duplication. But surely if you know you're never omnipresent, you will need to do this. Because what is happening in Uganda, what is happening here in Kampala, should be the same thing happening in Kasese, should be the same thing happening in Masindi, should be the same thing happening in Barara. That's what we call duplication. Now, your cardinal goal as a leader, after getting to this business, your cardinal goal is to create more you in your network, so that you can benefit from what? From leverage in our kind of industry. Now, you find that the moment in your network you don't have more you. For example, I'm Coach SGT. My role is to have countless SGTs in my network in order for me to achieve what? To achieve leverage. It means the same way I'm doing this training here, I should have someone in another country or in another district doing the same what? The same thing. That's what we call what? Duplication. Now, how do you duplicate yourself now? I know someone is asking, how can I be able to duplicate myself? You're going to be able to duplicate yourself if at all you take in consideration these things that I'm going to be telling you. Number one, initially qualify who joins your team. Now you see there are people, you have control over who becomes part of your team initially. That's why I've been able to use the word what? The word initially. Initially qualify who joins your team. Now you find that the moment you've seen an MLM company and maybe you've become part of it, you have to sit down, you have to have a meeting with yourself, and then you discuss on the qualities that you need. For example, now you are like a boss who is going to hire people. Now when it comes to hiring, you're supposed to have qualities that you need, because the quality of your initial recruits will determine the quality and productivity of your future team. You just have to know that. If at all you put in a lot of laziness when recruiting initially, that means you shall have a whole line of people, of leaders who are very what? Who are very lazy. Initially qualify who joins your team. That is point number one. Then point number two is understand your recruits. By understanding your recruits here, what I mean is you have to get your recruits, yes, but again, you get one by one and then you analyze their sorts. SWOT, this is an analysis that is always used to make sure that you understand someone better. For example, talk about SWOT. S stands for strength. When you get a new person in the business, make sure you know what they can be able to do better. Get their strength, because you want to leverage on it. You want to use it to expand the business. Then you understand their weaknesses. Of course, every person has a strong side and a weak side. Now you will not build on the weaknesses, but you focus more on the strength, and areas where they are weak, you try to make them strong, and then you see how best you can grow a team. And then after, you have to go on what to call the opportunities. Now there are people who join the business and find that you may either turn it, me personally always tell people that someone joining the business, you may turn it into an opportunity or a curse. What do I mean? Turning it into a curse whereby a doctor has joined your team and then you can't even make use of that person. You can't ask them, you can't sit down with them to ask them to take advantage of this person who has joined, and then maybe you can ask them to bring in more doctors. You understand them better. Opportunities. So look for the opportunities. Every person that comes to your network has an opportunity that he comes with. So also there are threats. Some of the things that this person may possess, and maybe they can make this person not to grow big in the business. But specifically, I'm talking about what? About your recruits. Now, the moment you've been able to analyze all this, it becomes really very easy for you to what? For you to grow the team. Because what you've been able to do, you're going to plant it into them, and then when they also bring in other people, they'll be able to do the same. Then also another thing is equip your recruits with the necessary skills. Now, when you talk about necessary skills, you are the person. When you sign the person, when you sign your very first person, what you have to do is train them. You will not, even if you're a professor and you're doing this business, you won't make it through natural knowledge. You just have to know that. You will need to understand the basics of the business. You have training, prospecting, like inviting, all of them, you need to know them. Now, by understanding your people, giving them the skills, you want to train them, and then you should be the first trainer for your team. But again, you have to know that you're going to be the best trainer because you've been able to acquire trainings. That's why, as a leader, as an upline, it's really very important for you to always go and have what you call personal research, or you should never miss any training that happens at office. Yeah, for the case of Uganda here. Then you have what you call setting the expectations. Now, you want to duplicate yourself. If at all someone comes, every new person who comes, you are able to set their expectations right. What do I mean by setting the expectations right? Here, what I mean is, you have to make it clear what you expect of them. After that, they should also make it clear what they expect out of you. And then often, they should also make it clear what they expect out of the business. Now, the moment you've been able to make a list of all these expectations, what is it that you expect of them? What do they expect of you? How about the business? What is it going to do to them? When you have all these things, it becomes very easy for you to duplicate yourself. Yeah, and then also another point is communicate with them regularly. Now, you find that when it comes to bring someone new in the business, these are still young people in the business. They are still new. That's why sometimes we call them amateurs, because they have not yet learned the basics, or they don't know network marketing anyway. So what you have to do is you have to keep in touch with them, communicate with them every day, greet them every day. Like when you wake up, send them a hi. It doesn't cost you anything. Send them a hi, ask them about their progress, or maybe whether they are happy with the steps they are taking in the business. Maybe if they are happy with their growth. Yeah, when someone joins the business, of course there are small things that matter. For example, if someone joins the business today and then he has been able to get his very first person, maybe in his first week, maybe he has been able to invite, to set his very first appointment, things like that. So of course you have to keep in touch, and then when you communicate with them, you are able to celebrate their small wins, and they will be very happy and motivated. Then also you need to ask them where they need help. Of course, as a sponsor, you need to help your people get there. If at all you are not willing to help people get there, then it means they may never do much, and you may end up signing, and people not what? People are not, your team is not what? Is not growing. Then also another point is lead by example. Leading by example means you have to practice what you preach. See, there are leaders, as a leader, you want to practice, you won't tell your leaders to set appointments when you never set appointments. It won't happen like that. So you have to preach, you have to practice what you preach. And then after that, you will have to inspire them by action. Yeah? You have to tell them what you do, and then they have to see it. Don't tell them to go and prospect, let them see you prospecting. Don't tell them to sign up, let them see you signing up people. Don't tell them to train, let them see you training them. Don't tell them to follow up, let them see you following up. Don't tell them to call, let them see you doing what? Doing phone calls. That's what's going to make you a duplicate. You'll be somewhere, and then the same thing you're doing, you'll be able to continue running. Then also create a conducive environment for the team. Now, creating a conducive environment for the team means setting a system. Yet, setting a system. Now, you find that when it comes to setting a system is something that is really very, very good. Very, very good. When you have a system in place, it becomes very easy for everyone to grow. Now, I don't need to be a kind of upline who has a team that never have any kind of system. Yeah, maybe you even talk about having a timetable. Like they never know when training is going to happen. Maybe they never know when NDO is going to take place. Something like that. Yeah, when is the presentation taking place? When shall we have an event? It won't happen like that. Create a conducive environment by setting a system for the team. If you do that, you won't duplicate yourself and big money awaits you. Thank you so much.